The minute you have any complex user experience, then the users spend more time worrying about the user interface than actually performing the task or understanding what's in front of them. What I like is to make it absolutely seamless, where people do not know they're actually interacting with the environment.
This is the Whisper Walker, which basically just takes in the OpenAI's Whisper ALR, which is the automatic language recognition software. It lets us talk to the computer and essentially have it take actions based on what we say. For instance, if I say, move to the house, the guy moves around. Or move to the windmill. Move to the shovel. There's been a long-standing kind of issue with language recognition tools that it will take a very long time to actually convert your speech into text. So one of the biggest advantages of this is that it will convert it very quickly. There's a lot of optimizations that we had to make to bring it down from, I think it was about 15 seconds when I started, to about the 2 seconds. And that's things like limiting it from all languages to just English and changing different models of doing speech searching algorithms.
The Igloo is the 3D immersive space behind me. It's 6 projectors in a large room. When you're inside it, you're controlling it using one of these DS5 PlayStation controllers. And the issue with that, of course, is that one of our primary use cases for this environment is being able to view CAD models. There's a lot of data in CAD models, and if I, for example, wanted to go to a pump or a valve, those pumps and valves are going to have a very long CAD ID. And if we needed to type that CAD ID using one of these controllers, needless to say, that's not a very good user experience. But if you can just speak those numbers and have the system automatically take you to that pump or valve, that is so much better than having to scroll through a virtual keyboard. For the development, we're actually speeding things up. It helps us to avoid a lot of boilerplate code that we might otherwise need to write. So for example, if we had the ability to move from one part of an asset to another, or one part of a facility to another, we would need an entire user interface to facilitate moving. With this, the user interface is just speech. Very convenient and very powerful.
A step up from this that we were discussing this morning is potentially having the system loop back into ChatGPT and then looped back into us to be able to tell exactly what the user's trying to get across. So rather than having to say specifics like move to the house, we can instead infer from how the player says anything like, I want to go to the house and collect something, and then it can potentially feed back into ChatGPT and break that into discrete commands. ChatGPT, it's been this massive craze over the past year, and I think this is just a really cool niche use case for it. You're just directly interacting, which is a really cool concept.
My personal philosophy for user experience is we're trying to get a situation where people don't notice it. If you walk into something and you say, move me forward, go up, go left, go right, well, I don't have to train you much. I can just say, just go and give it commands, movement commands, it'll do it. The cost of fully virtual environments like the one behind me and VR headsets are coming down to the point where, as the resource industry changes in the future, and you do need to do things more automatedly and with more remote operations, this gives you the ability to do that.